When we think of the bad things and incidents in the world, we are fond of detaching celebrities from the bad things that happen in life. This is no fault of yours as a fan, as we humans, especially as fans, tend to idolize the celebrities we love, and this can make us see them as gods who are untouchable to the struggles and pains that are natural to the human race. One of these tragedies was being shot in the foot. Well, let's take an aside to mention that it is a weird place to target. But back to what we were saying, when we think of getting shot in the foot, your mind never wanders to your favorite celebrity, which is why it came as a bit of a shock to the fans of Hot Girl Shit when she mentioned that she was shot in the foot. Now, you may be wondering, which I doubt you are, who is Hot Girl Shit? And who shot her in the foot? If these questions are running through your mind, hang on. Keep watching and all will be answered and tackled as always. It all began in the year 2020 when Megan Thee Stallion, our hot girl shit, began to become really popular and a household name in American homes and worldwide with her hit single Savage. Savage was a hit. Everyone was singing the famous lines, "I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet." But before Megan became our savage star, she was just a simple girl from Texas with dreams bigger than she could imagine. Speaking to Gayle King, Megan recounts always being entertaining. In her own words, "I've always been confident. I've always been loud. I've always been outgoing. I've always just enjoyed entertaining. When I look now, I'm like, dang, we really did this." The confidence and outgoing nature of the star were partly or hugely responsible for the increase in fan base, which she addresses as hotties. This bubbly personality and unique sound also earned her the approval and eyes of top celebrities. Some of these top celebrities are Nicki Minaj, who she featured on her hit song Hot Girl Summer, and also Beyoncé. Yes, you heard that right, the Beyoncé, who she featured on the remix of Savage. This is your cue to go listen to the song because Megan is good, but Beyoncé brought magic to an already beautiful song. So if you haven't listened and you live on planet Earth, go and give it a listen. Megan Thee Stallion was roaring and scaling professionally in her music career, checking off things on her list of music dreams to achieve. Don't worry, I just made that up. Well, Megan was doing well starting from 2020, but in her personal life and internally, Megan Thee Stallion wasn't soaring or doing well as we would expect. Megan was going through a really difficult period of her life after losing her mother in 2019, the year before her career blew up. Megan had already lost her dad earlier when she was 15 years. Therefore, losing her mother hurt so much because she was now an orphan. Without both parents to support and watch her growth, Megan was struggling, and it is safe to say she felt lost. According to Megan, her parents were her best friends, and losing her dad felt bearable because of her mom, but losing both of them hurt too much because it used to be just them. In her own words, she said, "They were my best friends. It was only the three of us all the time," Megan Thee Stallion said. When I went to school, it was a little different with me interacting with other kids, and they, her parents, just really let me know, you can never let somebody else's insecurities make you insecure. Megan thought that was the worst nightmare of her life, losing her parents, but in July 2020, Megan recounts having to go through a scary incident that still haunts her to this day. After leaving a party with Canadian rapper Tory Lanez, real name being Daystar Peterson, and a friend of hers from Houston, Megan recounts that an argument transpired. Megan states that there was an argument in the car because she wanted to leave the party and the others weren't ready to go or leave the party. Megan told Gayle King that it was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's normal friend stuff. It shouldn't have gotten this crazy. Megan says the argument was happening between two people in the back seat and she requested a pullover because she was exhausted from the happenings in the car. But then, the people in the car request that she gets back in as their destination is no longer far. Megan says she gets back into the car, but the bickering and arguments only get worse. Megan asks for another pullover, requesting to highlight, And let us take an aside to not blame Megan for this move. Constant bickering and argument can get frustrating and draining. Wishing to leave such a situation was a very smart move, except it didn't turn out right. As the bickering increased, Megan got out of the car, and at this point, she recounts and accuses Tory Lanez of firing his gun at her severally. It happened so fast, Megan says. All I can hear is this man screaming, and he said, "Dance, bitch," and he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times, and I was so scared. Megan also points out for clarity that Tory Lanez stood over the window shooting at her. She talks about how scared she was to move, and especially quickly, in case he hits an important part of her body or worse, hits and kills her. Megan looked at her feet right after and noticed the blood gushing out of her leg. In pain, she dragged herself to someone's driveway, extremely surprised by the actions of Tory Lanez, who had just shot her. Before we go forward, I'd like to point out that this same Tory Lanez has had run-ins with the law before. In 2016, he was recorded inciting violence, which led to a riot at one of his concerts. Tory is also known for his numerous beefs, starting from the one he had with rapper Drake and another with rapper Travis Scott, who he was told he sounds like. The two had a confrontation on a tour bus in 2016 at Mala Luna Festival. He also had a history of beefs with other celebrities like Eric Bellinger, Don Q, and Dream Doll. It is clear as day that Tory Lanez is a problem child. Therefore, it is of no surprise he behaved as he did. Tory Lanez pleaded not guilty to the assault and weapons charges he was faced with, and earlier in April, he was ordered to not make any public mention of the case and the victim, Megan Thee Stallion. After shooting her, Megan recalls Tory offering her money not to say anything after giving an apology. Talk about dirty behaviors. He says he is so sorry and I should not tell anybody, Megan says. I'll give y'all $1 million if y'all don't say nothing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you offering me money right now? Help me. Like, and if you sorry, just help me, she said. Shortly after the incident, the police arrived at the scene after receiving a call of shots being fired. Megan says she initially told the police she tearfully told the police she stepped on glass and she regrets it, but she did it to save everyone, including her shooter. She didn't want anyone getting killed or hurt in light of the George Floyd killing. Megan was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, and she was told by doctors that bullet fragments were in her, both legs, and she says some are still there. Megan blames herself for the shooting, saying she thought they were friends. In her own words, Megan said that, and that sometimes I feel like I put the blame on myself because when my mom passed, I just felt like I was looking for some type of family environment, and I was letting so many people in. She said, I didn't care who it was. I just wanted to feel like I got family and I got people that care about me and just I could hang around with everybody. And I was just going through it. I think we can all relate to what Megan was trying to communicate. Due to loneliness, we accept people into our lives without properly checking them, just because we need company. That is Megan indirectly telling you to choose your friends wisely. Megan says the shooting incident increased her anxiety and her trust issues, and she says she can no longer speak to someone for more than 30 minutes. She also talks about how since the incident, she wishes constantly that she could talk to her mom, but she can't. Must be really sad. Half of the time, I just want to pick up the phone and call my mama and be like, what do I do? Like, it's too much. I feel crazy. I'm sad. And I feel like I have to hold it in because I have to be strong for so many people, she said. Well, this whole ordeal must be difficult for Megan, and as of now, the trial is scheduled to be held soon, so we will soon know more about this case. What do you think of this case? Do you think Tory Lanez will be charged for this incident, or will the court rule in his favor? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.